Hello and welcome
Hey!
to
Oh,
It's time.
This is Difficult Podcast, the show where we talk about
the
video games
games
and other things, but mostly just video games.
I wonder why you put up with us sometimes.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's worth the salary.
I don't know.
It's worth every penny.
We're getting there. Clubbing seals.
Yeah, let's club them.
Okay.
New fur coat.
I don't know. I'm just reading our live notes. What's behind Colin? What is behind Colin? I believe
what is
that is
that?
a
Is
walker.
It's actually
it's a
getting picked up on
walker.
your green screen.
No, is that are those dip bars?
Yeah, it's a walker.
Yeah, actually, it's
Dip
a
bars.
bar.
Oh,
Yeah.
dip bar makes
I
so
want to
much
show
more
everyone
sense.
that I work out. So I was like,
But
Yeah.
it's coming up
there
on
we
the
go.
green screen.
how
just
can
so
I
you
do
know.
that? How can I explain that to people by being humble at the same time? So,
Okay.
Good work.
Did you guys play any video game? How have you been this week, guys? How have you
I
been?
don't feel very good. It's been a
yeah.
shitty game called Chex Quest.
Wow.
Something
Okay.
happened.
We're gonna
Yeah.
be very, very.
I'm pretty tired.
Dude,
this
literally
week.
fireworks are
toxic
going off my
while we talk
neighborhood like
about that.
nonstop. for the
Oh,
last,
your
like,
area
week.
is probably like, I'm not sure those are fireworks, dude. In Missouri.
Yeah, it's been.
Anyway, we're trying to avoid this. And then
What games have you played this week?
Yeah,
We're off to a
yeah.
great start.
I played WarioWare was the last game. It was really fun. It was so fun, in fact. So many good movements. And you're just like, I'm dancing. It was
Yeah.
great. Yeah. But
Those
like,
games are a
I've been pretty
blast.
tired from streaming this week. Just like no energy.
I feel you. We all get there, you know.
Until
Um,
like 25 minutes ago when I played the game of the week for 8 minutes.
I played Dark Souls, Terraria, and then this game called Beat Saber, which is pretty fun.
Oh, Beat Saber didn't make you fucking nauseous?
No, you
Yeah.
just stand in place. You
See,
don't, you wait.
that's what I don't get, Colin. Is like
I don't
you
get it
play
either.
a lot of VR.
Oh, I get sick
and-
of VR all the time.
Okay.
It happens
Oh,
all
never
the.
mind.
No,
I was gonna say
I'm
I
constantly
get
sick of VR.
very sick in
Just
VR.
throwing up in the headset.
Yeah, that's disgusting. All right,
That's
sweet.
the-
I
nice. Beat
played
Saber's supposed to be fun, but yeah.
It's a really good game. Yeah.
Trials of Mana. I actually beat it. There is a post game though, so I'm gonna continue to stream the post game. Oh, dude, that game's so good. Holy shit,
It's
that game
incredible.
is so much
Yeah.
fun. It's so much fun.
That's awesome. I want it.
Oh, Beat Saber's VR only.
I think so.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Kind of defeats the purpose otherwise, I feel like.
Well, I don't know. There was a lot of games like that
Button
for like the cameras and shit that you attach to your video game consoles. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Like,
It's true. Yeah, it's
yeah.
true. It's
So
true, it's true.
I could see that being something you could theoretically play on a PlayStation with like just the Move controllers without having to be in VR. But the VR makes sense. If you don't know what Beat Saber is, it's like
Guitar Hero
with
swords.
lightsabers.
That's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it really
that's
is like
exactly
that.
what it
Or
is.
DDR, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's
yeah, I
fun.
played Trials of Mana. I played Destiny 2, but
What?
not
Never heard of
very
that.
much.
Is that
Like
a new game?
it's a new game. I've been kind of taking a break because this season has been doo-doo butts, and
People
so
say that. That's
Is it just because of the people being abusive?
no, it's because there's just they put a lot of focus. It's kind of because people being abusive.
Wow, there you go.
Here's what it is. It's they put way too much focus into one mode, which is the Trials of Osiris, which is pinnacle PvP, which is cool, right? It's a cool mode. People have been asking for that to come back forever. But the problem with that is it's not very accessible to, more casual players, and also there's been a lot of cheating in it. And they're doing a lot to combat the cheating. But
How are you
like
cheating?
cheaters are very, very
Good.
persistent.
Cheating.
Yes. And so there's, they defeat one method of cheating and people come up with a new one.
Why cheat? I don't even understand the purpose. Like
to get better gear and to just win
it's
and
so
clout,
stupid.
like if you
Yeah,
you
get
could look
that.
like a badass on stream if you're just dicking everyone down, but in reality you're using an aimbot or like wall hacks and things like that.
It's so dumb that you can do that.
Yeah, well, it's not easy to do, but there's people who have found a lot of ways to get around a lot of the anti-cheat measures. Anyway, so the problem is that they didn't put enough focus into the the PvE part of the season, and it was just lame and boring and really grindy. And so,
sucks.
yeah, I kind of have been avoiding that a little bit. But they did, for the first time ever, a real time live event in the tower in Destiny. And in principle,
Wow.
in like the idea of it was really cool. The execution of it wasn't very good. So essentially, this is
sucks.
what happened. There's this big ass spaceship,
Okay.
and like the entire season we were building up the Warmind, this big AI, to be able to combat this spaceship that's about to crash into Earth, right? And so what ends up happening is you see the spaceship, above Earth coming towards us, and then you start to see like all these like projectiles coming from all over in the sky, and it smashes into the ship, and the ship explodes, and it all crashes into the tower and all that stuff. And it would have been cool if it took me, if the event took as long as it did for me to explain it. But the event took like an hour and a half, and there's people literally just like sitting there staring at the sky in the tower.
I saw
annoying.
cheaters from the sky too, like trying to get a better view of it.
Yeah. Well, it
Oh,
wasn't even a
shit.
cheater. It was like there's this one spot in the tower where there's this giant antenna going up, and if you're really precise, you can jump up the fucking antenna and just be on the top of it and get a nice view.
Mario
um,
stuff.
But yeah, anyway, so
No doubt.
in principle, it was a cool idea. Honestly, I did it on stream, and I had friends talking, and we were just chatting and having a good time. So I had a good time doing it. It was a good experience. But if I was in there solo, I would have been like, "What the fuck is this bullshit?"
Yeah,
like,
it sounds annoying.
because it took forever. It took for freaking ever. So yeah, and then the third game that I played this week was Hunt the Showdown, which is
Oh yeah.
a very cool take on a BR that has much less focus on the battle royale aspect and more of a get in. It's kind of like Tarkov in a sense, where you want to get into your area, get the stuff you want, and then extract, like get the fuck out. In this case, you go in and you're hunting monsters. And there's some basic monsters just chilling, but then there's also like big, like magical, legendary, whatever. I don't even know what they call them. Crazy ass monsters that you have to kill them, and then you have to banish their souls. And while you're
Ooh.
banishing, like everyone knows where the fuck you are, so people can come attack you while you're banishing them. And then you pick up the bounties for that, and you get the fuck out.
Mm.
So a lot more focus on PvE than PvP, but you can also play it like a BR where you go in and just try and kill everyone. So it's very fun. It's a lot less risky than, because I can go in and I can not kill the main monsters, and I can, not even necessarily engage in a fight with other players, and I can still gain experience by killing other monsters and all that and get out and still have a good time. So it's not like other BRs where you have like a fucking 5% win rate if you're really good. You
Mm.
theoretically every single game could be a win for you.
That's pretty
Even
cool.
if you're not killing all the opponents.
So they
so-
fixed that. I don't think it was like that originally. I think it was like kind of like a all or nothing kind of thing.
No, it's always been like that.
No, when I played it, I feel like I always lost.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of people played it more like a BR when it first launched.
Well, it's all about stealth too, and like being
Yeah.
careful to like hold your shots. Like sometimes you'll see like another team, and you're like, I could kill them, and you're like, oh, this is a really dangerous environment though. Like, I better not.
There's
So,
also a lot of just like
pretty cool.
environment traps and stuff,
Yeah.
like broken glass, or like animals that will, if you spook the animals, they'll give away your position, things like that. That you want to be really careful of. So like creeping around. Yes, we are. If you're just joining, we're talking about the Hunt. Like creeping around, being very careful, using your cover, all that, using melee weapons to kill a lot of like the little ads instead of using your guns, because again, that'll give away your position. Those are all things that you want to be aware of. It's honestly a really fun game. It's worth checking out.
Yeah.
So and especially if you like the concept of a BR, but like the practicality of a BR doesn't really suit you because it's
Yeah,
just
I hate it.
brutal. It's a nice alternative. So
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. I thought it was pretty
Yeah.
fun. I really enjoyed it when I played it.
Yeah.
I'm not very
Nice.
good at it. So
yeah, I'm not either, but I had a good time. I mean, I think we only got killed once today.
who'd you play with?
I played it with Mark Tool and I played it with Zol, who's in the server. He plays a lot of Destiny with us and stuff.
Nice.
But yeah. I don't know that he's ever been around for the podcast, though. How dare you, Zol?
Wow.
No, he hasn't.
Really found out our new friends.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah,
Zols.
So, anywho, that's what I played this week, guys. It's
Nice.
been
So you play
fun.
more Hunt. You should play Hunt on stream.
Hunt.
I've done it before a long time ago when I was doing Husky Entertainment. I might do it again on stream. We'll see. I need to
Yeah.
finish Mana. The new season of Destiny is starting this next week, so I'll probably theoretically be playing that more again if it doesn't
that?
suck.
You're probably gonna put all your time into the game of the week. I'm pretty sure.
Also, we have
Got 'em.
like Ghosts of Tsushima and things like that coming up. There's
Oh,
a lot of
yeah.
games coming out
I'm
soon
pretty
that I wanna-
torn that comes out on the same day as Paper.
Well,
It's
yeah,
like,
it seems
I
like
have
an
to play
easy. You're
Paper.
gonna play Paper Mario.
I have
first.
to.
Yeah.
Well, yeah,
Yeah,
it's
you
easy,
have
but
to.
then
It's in your
not
contract.
gonna. Yeah, it isn't basically in my contract, literally. But
Yeah.
that means I'm not gonna play Ghost for like another 2 weeks, like minimum, probably, because I'm gonna be streaming Paper.
That's
So
fine.
in
It'll
July,
still be a
right?
valid
I'm gonna
game.
take my time. Probably gonna 100% Paper Mario, honestly,
I mean,
or at
why
least
wouldn't
like do
you?
everything.
You
Yeah,
always are like a fanboy about it. Like you always make sure to like take your time, play, and go. You know,
Yeah.
I really didn't enjoy that or really loved it. You know. So,
yeah. I can't wait.
Really the
Yeah.
old
But that being
college
said, it's
try.
gonna be the old college try. I still want an emote that says that.
Yeah. I
That being
refuse to make
said,
that.
it'll still it'll be like a 2 week stream or more. I don't know if it's like a 50-hour game. It could be a while. Thousand Year was like 55 hours my first time.
I bet it won't be that much because it's probably more marketed towards a lot more people. I'm guessing.
You think? I mean,
I don't know.
It seems like they're investing a lot in flushing out the story and making it like a more.
Could be yeah.
Yeah,
Could
I
be
don't know.
deceivingly linear though. Like a lot. I could see it being deceivingly linear, where it's like it feels big in all these ways, and it's like just not long.
Yeah,
Like
it
that's
could
very
be.
possible.
Yeah.
I noticed that there was only 5 ribbons instead of 7 star spirits. There's only 5, and then
Oh,
the
I didn't notice that.
6th I think is the finale. So that's like kind of breaks formula a little bit for me. So not 7 of something. Maybe I'm
So,
wrong, but I'm pretty
Just
sure
kind
that's
of
what it said.
anecdotally, in some places when you pre-order it, they give you a whole bunch of paper that
Ooh, I love that stuff.
Paper.
that has like all the origami folds on it, so you can fold your own, make your own origami characters from
Or
the
you could just
game.
rip a bunch of shit, you know.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do that.
But that's
really
a
cool,
pre-order
though.
bonus in some regions. I
Oh,
don't know
yeah.
precisely where, but
I'm wondering if I should do a physical or an online pre-order because I really want it the day before, and a lot of
Mhm.
times GameStop can do that, but now it's not a thing. So like,
Right.
I don't even know like what the best method is for getting the game like the earliest possible anymore.
I
Is
think
I don't.
Amazon will ship it like early so it arrives the day of.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I was always getting it like 8 p.m. or like 10 p.m. on the day before.
That's fair. Yeah.
and that
was
especially
really
sucks if it's a
nice.
game you need to install, which you
Yeah.
probably won't have to on the Switch.
Nah,
But
not on that. But it's cool
Yeah.
because I could have gotten an entire stream ahead of like everybody else. But it's
Well,
more
you
for
know streamers
myself.
are gonna get it early somehow.
That's the thing. Streamers are gonna get it even earlier than that. That's the thing. I
yeah,
don't have
people
to
with
do-
review
yeah,
copies and stuff.
Yeah.
Although
Yeah.
Nintendo hasn't really been doing that. They didn't do that for Breath.
Yeah,
Like,
they
no
don't
one
do
I
that
wonder
a
if they
lot.
want. They probably want everyone to see it at the same time. Like
Yeah.
for most cases.
Unless the game
Uh,
leaks. There's been cases where the game leaks and people.
I'm actually
Um,
really excited about Breath of the Wild too. Now, the more we like get closer to it, I feel like it's gonna
Yeah.
like really.
I think it's be better
change.
than Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, I think it's. I'm actually. I was
I
really
think it-
excited.
I
for
think it
Breath
will be
1
better,
too, but I
but
feel like I'm really excited for this.
I'm really worried that it's still gonna be very much like the
know.
original, and
yeah.
not as Zelda-y as I want it to be. You know,
I think it's going to be at least a 40% boost to Zelda Eness. So they were literally saying it's going to take place in the same world, but that's going to be boring as fuck if they replicate the exact same world. That'll be boring. For
well, they
sure.
did the one thing that sounds more positive to me about it is the dungeons. It sounds like
Yeah.
they're putting
Yeah.
more focus into bigger,
So
more
what I
meaningful
think-
dungeons.
What I think is going to
So-
happen, they were saying there's going to be like areas like that are affected, and there's going to be like underground, maybe subterranean areas, or whatever.
Mhm.
So I'm thinking like
Yeah.
pieces.
Well,
are gonna be, like,
pieces
just
you
how the
see in the
castle
trailer,
got
yeah,
ripped
pieces
out.
of the
I think
yeah.
pieces of of Hyrule are going to get ripped out, and you're going to have to go subterranean on them. And there's going to be like maybe the mole people come back from Skyward Sword, and like maybe all types of other cool like references. But regardless, I think it's going to make it feel like not the same world. I also think they're going to be able to cut out a ton of the main world because of that. Like
Mhm.
they're just going to be like, we don't need like the Hebra, like we don't need all of that extra shit because that's like purely mystery and like exploring. And we're down to brass tacks now. We're like,
Yeah,
you
because
got to
we
have the
already
dungeon. You know what I
explored
mean? Yeah.
every single
Yeah.
inch of the last one
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you made
And I
us.
bet we will. I bet we will see familiar areas that are changed too. Like they're not
Yeah.
not stupid. They're not going to do like here's the exact same area, and you're
Yeah.
just going to walk around that again. There's no way in
Yeah,
hell.
I'm looking
There's no
forward to
way.
it. And
I trust them.
I still really enjoyed Breath of the Wild, even
Yeah.
though to
Yeah,
me it
of course,
wasn't
yeah.
really a Zelda game. But
Same.
I'm worried that there's still going to be too much of that in there, in
Yeah.
which case I'm less excited to play it. But
Yeah.
if they pull it off, it could be great, you know.
It's going to be
So-
hard while we're in it because, like Breath 1, I was under the impression it was a flawless game until I was way far back from it. And like on my replay, like when I replayed it for the Switch, because I played it first on the Wii U, put 180 hours in whatever.
Mhm.
And I replayed on the Switch and I'm like, oh, this is only like 40 hours. Like
Yeah.
I realized that 99% of the game is like mystery and exploration.
Well, yeah, no,
And that's when I started seeing the flaws. I was
I'm
like,
right there with
"Ah."
you. When the
Yeah.
game first came out, I was saying like this might be the best game ever
Saying,
made.
I was like, this is
And-
tied with
Yeah.
Ocarina. This
Yeah.
is like one of the best games ever made.
Yeah. And then kind of when I took a break from it and let myself kind of reflect upon it, I was like, you know, that game
Yeah.
was a lot of fun, but it's like fundamentally missing a lot of
Yeah.
what makes a Zelda game a Zelda
Like,
game.
Ganon isn't
Yeah.
even a character.
Well, there's
like,
plenty of Zelda games that don't
Yeah.
involve Ganon necessarily,
not
and
when
they're
they
still
put-
very
yeah.
very much a
but they're
Zelda
not.
game.
But they don't like wave Ganon in front of you, and then he's just like, "Just kidding, I'm just a pretend Ganon.
Yeah.
I don't have any
Well,
lines."
the thing that really killed me was that the story is basically non-existent in the game
Yeah.
unless you spend all this time
Dig for
digging
it.
for it. You
And
shouldn't have to
Even
do that
it's
in a
like
Zelda game.
backstory, and
yeah,
it's like
exactly.
lore. It's
Yeah.
more lore than like
Yeah.
actual story.
I'm
and
not
meat.
playing Zelda to play
Yeah.
Dark Souls, man. I'm
I
like I'm
agree.
there for like I want
Yeah.
that story up front.
Yeah.
You
and
know?
although it felt nice to see some of those scenes, I completely agree that I want linear triggered storyline that is like I get storyline from progressing in a certain way. And I don't want I get that the reason it was random like that, where you had to find them, was because there are 4 points in the game that you can visit at any point in time. And like the whole point of the game was it was 100% open world at literally any point in time. You know, you could go to any area of the game. So that makes there no linear progression. That makes the story wouldn't progress like that. That means difficulty doesn't progress. There's like so many things that just because of that formula they went for that they couldn't accomplish like an actual Zelda formula. And I think they realized that. I'm 99.9% sure if they are looking at mistakes they made during Breath 1, that will be one of the first to correct, is like
Yeah.
making a game like where you're just like you're playing through, and even if you can go around and do stuff out of order, like
Mhm.
there needs to be like
yeah.
a game that you play all the way through. Like
Yeah.
it has to be like that. You can't just naked
Some
run to Ganon.
connectivity.
I don't
Yeah.
want to see people naked running to Ganon like in 6 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm like, that's cool that you can do that, but like that shows what
They
kind
hit
of
a
game
rock
it
and then
is.
just climb on it and then wait.
Yeah.
And
Oh my
launch
god,
it.
have you seen that? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's insane. Oh my
Yeah.
god, it's absolutely.
There is some
madness.
really cool
It's like-
stuff that you can do for speedrunning in that game, but that
No,
that
it is.
again defeats the point
Yeah,
of a
and it's not
Zelda
like you
game.
can't do that in Ocarina of Time, but that's like glitching. Like
Yeah.
if you can't do that actually playing Ocarina of Time, like
Yeah.
get launched into Ganon somehow, like without glitching.
Do you guys remember when this podcast was about stuff other than Zelda?
Oh, we talked about this last week. How we were like, let's just be the Zelda podcast because we like talking about it.
It
So
could be a
much.
Zelda podcast, honestly. We could just switch it completely. You guys want to talk about news?
Is Zelda.
Is Zelda?
Nope,
Zelda?
sure isn't. So first bit of news we have Minecraft Dungeons, which is owned by Microsoft.
Minecraft.
It's
Fuck
a
is that?
Diablo-like RPG. It's getting cross-platform between Switch, Xbox, and PC.
I thought Nintendo owned Minecraft.
Nope. They don't.
No,
Um,
Minecraft is its own
Microsoft
thing, I'm pretty
has
sure.
owned it for a long time. I think it was an independent developer that a lot of people actually hate for some reason.
I think the thing I'm
Um,
thinking of is the first thing ever made in Minecraft.
His name's
was
Notch.
Mario,
Notch is
I went
the
to a party
guy.
with him.
Yeah. Yeah,
What?
actually,
Really?
Adam did too. Adam's met Notch a few times.
It wasn't me. It was Adam.
Oh.
Oh, god damn it.
Okay.
You got
I was
me.
gonna say, he's met him at a bunch of conventions.
If Adam was here, that would have been funnier.
Yeah, but anywho, he sold it to Microsoft for like $1 bazillion, and
Oh,
so Microsoft
wow.
ons it now. But a lot of
Such a
I've heard
basic
really
ass
mixed
premise.
things about this. I think a lot of people who played it up front didn't like it, but then like the more you get into it, the more there is to do. I know nothing about it. I've literally never had any interest in Minecraft whatsoever.
My buddy just got a game that's like exactly like Minecraft, except it's on a planetary scale. It's like I do not remember the name of the game, but you can literally create anything, including like these massive like starships, like from scratch, almost like Legos meet Minecraft, but everything is functional. I'm gonna have to ask him the name of the game. But like,
Are we
I was
talking
like,
about
is this
No Man's Sky?
No, it's not. He was
Oh.
like, "Oh, I just build like castles and like spaceships and shit, and everything is interactive, and you can even like zoom into like people that are
Is
like
it called
micro-sized compared to your shit."
Space Engineers?
That sounds like what it is.
Nice.
That sounds like what
I've
it
never
is.
played it, but
But to
our
me,
live
that sounds
notes
like a
just
cooler
helped us
version
out.
of.
Thanks,
That
Mike.
sounds like a cooler version of Minecraft, which to me
Yeah.
is just like Animal Crossing without any of the cute
Yeah.
animals.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, so I'm all for Diablo like games. I enjoy Diablo. I'm not really a fan of like the Minecraft aesthetic or really Minecraft in general, but
That mashup sounds bad.
the fact that it's crossplay between all three of those platforms is pretty
Nice.
rad, you know.
Now you and no one else that owns it can play that game
I
together.
think a lot of people are playing it. Like a
Yeah,
lot
but
of
no
people
one
are
that
really
we
into it.
like or want to be friends with. Just kidding. I'm sure
Okay.
Faye is gonna play this.
Yeah, probably.
She's really into Minecraft, right?
She is.
Is she?
so-
Oh Lord.
Yeah,
Lord.
I watched her and her D&D friends play it that one time. It was
Oh
pretty
yeah.
fun.
Remember
Remember that?
My wife's calling me. Hold
Oh
on.
shit, you should probably pick it
Okay,
up
it's
live.
fine.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
picking it up live.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, babe?
You're live.
What she's
Shay.
like, the
Hey,
truck is
Chels.
pinning me to the ground. That's fucked up.
Good lord.
It got bad.
Got real dark.
I'm trapped in a riot. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're live. Yeah, they're just sticking around right now.
Oh, geez.
Uh-oh,
Okay.
some shit went down.
Oh no.
Talk amongst yourself.
The joke
Uh-oh, do we
became
have to
real.
cancel the podcast now? Uh-oh. I think we're about to end early.
Well, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. We
Are
can
we
carry it,
live?
I
I
guess.
think so.
Me and Colin are both so lazy that if Paul quit, we would definitely call it for the night. Oh shit, I gotta
I got a
Hey.
phone call.
Hey, what's up?
Hey.
Yeah, it's me. Yeah. No, I'm live.
We'll just play. This is Banjo Kazooie.
Yeah, it's
We're
just a
going to
TV
Banjo-Kazooie.
show. Like, who cares if we're on a phone call? It's just a TV show. Who gives a shit, right? Yeah. Yeah, no. I don't care. I do it every week, but who cares? Yeah. Who is this again? Oh, telemarketer? Yeah. No, yeah. I can keep talking. I'm not busy. Yeah. How was your day?
Okay,
Alright.
we're back. Sorry about
Okay.
that. Everything
fine.
is okay directly related to me and my wife. There was an emergency with a friend of a friend, and she's
Oh,
no.
yeah.
Dead.
Hey,
Uh-oh. It's bad.
It's pretty bad, but we're not going
Holy
to get
hell.
into details on that. But she's
You need to
gonna.
go?
No, I don't need to go. She's taking care of her and staying with her and stuff. And so,
Okay.
That's nice.
Yeah,
That's
no,
nice.
it's
Ooh,
okay.
Some fucked up shit.
like I said, it's a friend of a friend. But she's with the friend. That is.
Yeah, it's not like
of the
Paul
friend.
cares, but
Yeah.
Paul has to pretend for her.
I
who
don't
doesn't-
really know the person involved really at
She
all.
probably
I've
doesn't
met
even
this
care.
person once, but it's it's not a good situation. So anyway,
Yeah.
that's a real big bummer. Let's talk about video games.
Hit by a rubber bullet.
All right. Back into the news. Pokemon expansion, Isle of Armor.
Ooh, I can't wait. I'm actually gonna play this with
me
friends,
too.
so it's gonna
Yes.
be co-op.
Play it with
yeah.
me too.
Oh yeah, I know that. I could play.
Oh
with you.
yeah. I
We're
forgot I
friends.
had friends.
How many? I already promised I'd play with the friends.
We
so-
can all three play together.
Oh
you
yeah,
fuck.
that's true. How many
Goddamn.
people is it? Like 3?
I think you can play with a bunch of people. I
It's
don't
just
know.
like everyone joins on the island. That'd be dope.
Yeah, there's
pretty
I
sweet.
don't know how many people I know in like the wild areas they can technically be like massively multiplayer.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
don't
yeah,
know.
this is supposed to be an actual co-op adventure, like to where you like are joining.
Well, I
That's
think
what
the
was
whole-
told. That's
the whole game-
DLC.
No. I mean, you could do co-op in the first part or the first game too, or first part of the game
Eh?
without the DLC. Yeah, you can do it.
How? Just fight each other.
It might need to be local co-op. I don't know. Anyway,
Oh, maybe. This one's supposed to be though. You can both hang around on the island or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
well, the
it's
wild
supposed to be
areas
like-
you can join up with a lot of
Oh.
people. I don't know.
This is supposed
we'll
to be a
figure
new
it out.
wild area plus more story.
It's
And, like, I
launching
was-
on June 17th, so that's
That's
real
pretty
soon.
soon.
Yeah, that's a month before PM.
Yeah, that's in 10 days. And I just
Oh, wow.
finished the main game, so I'm pretty excited about
Yeah,
that.
I'll play
actually.
that.
Yeah.
I'm excited because like Nintendo's really good about their DLC just in general. Like if they're gonna make you pay for something, it's gonna be some meat. So like
Mhm.
the post game for Pokemon, like just as an example, just the post game story was like 8 hours long. Like it took
Yeah.
me like a good amount of time to like
Dude,
8-10 hours of just additional content. So
some of the
DLC
games,
content will be like pretty
yeah,
meaty.
some of the games, the post game is where you get all the cool story. Like some of the
Yeah,
games,
I agree. Yeah,
you have like it's just, oh, I got to go defeat the Elite Four, big whoop de doo. But then the
Yeah.
post game is like all this crazy stuff that's going on in the world. That's why, in particular, Pokemon Black and White 2 is my favorite of all the Pokemon games because the post game is freaking amazing. It's
Yeah.
so good, and it gets into like the morality of
Ooh.
Pokemon battling and stuff. It's so
So-
good. It's that's
didn't-
my
yeah.
favorite. Yeah.
I didn't mind the post game for Sword and Shield. It wasn't like anything too deep, but it was like
Yeah.
it was pretty good for lore about the island and stuff. Like
Yeah.
it told you some more.
It is cool.
stories. I think it'll be cool, but my only issue is that like I'm so cranked to the max now. My Pokemon, like
Yeah.
I don't like I don't like enjoy battling in-game NPCs anymore because like I don't have anyone that can't cream them, like can't
Yeah.
demolish the other team. Like I'm just like, okay, you're coming out with DLC almost like 7-8 months after we've already jacked up our teams. Like I don't
yeah,
know. For
I wonder if
part of
there's
the-
going to be some kind of well, I don't think they could.
Ranking,
I mean, you'd
it
still
could br-
have your
as soon as you enter the island, it could just bring everyone down to level 50. That'd be really
yeah,
cool.
that doesn't make any sense though.
No, but here's the thing: like when you're playing through the main story, one of the best parts of Pokemon is that you're like collecting them along the way, and you're like, I'm weak and I'm nothing. My Pidgeotto is the first one, and like you know what I mean. And, like
Yeah.
you're kind of grinding until the end, and then so that's what I'm saying. I've never played Pokemon DLC before, so I played.
This is the
post-game,
first time
which
we've
is
had Pokemon
yeah,
DLC.
it's the first time we had it. So we
Yeah.
played post game where I'm like, oh, it's cool. My guys are strong, but the post game people are getting stronger, so that's nice.
Yeah.
Now I'm literally maxed out months and months later. I'm wondering how they're going to accommodate for that because if it's just going to be like, I breezed through this DLC, a bunch of like level 40s, like whatever, that was super easy. And it's supposed to be another gym leader too. Like,
yeah. I mean,
make this
you
worth
could
my time.
easily
That's my
just
only thing.
swap out your whole team for,
I know.
you know,
Like, you know what I mean? Like, it'd be cool if
Yeah.
it like went in the line of progression. Like,
sure.
oh, you know how like we're fighting level 70s in the post game. Maybe I'm fighting like level 80s in the DLC, and it's like still really intense, but like not like if it's poopy and weak, I'm gonna be really sad. Like that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Because we just never seen it before. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not like leveling up our Pokemon is really our biggest concern. Now we're more interested in like more content at this point. So like,
Yeah.
I want like enjoyable gameplay and whatnot. That's all
Yeah,
I'm saying.
to me, what they've shown so far looks pretty good. So
Yeah.
that is a valid concern. I've never
Yeah.
even really considered that. But none of my
Yeah.
Pokemon are super OP. They're enough to, dumpster everything like in the main game. But I'm sure there
We'll
will be
see,
some
yeah.
scaling.
I still have a few.
you'll
lowers,
probably
I guess, but-
it'll probably be like Pokemon in like the 70s, because I think
Yeah.
like main game, the highest Pokemon you fight is like level 70 or 75.
yeah, it's
you
like
know.
70 something. Yeah,
Yeah. So,
that'd be
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, I
um,
mean, I'm sure it'll be entertaining. I just don't want it to be like a breeze. Yeah,
Right.
but again, I could just like swap my team. I guess that's an
for
easy
sure.
fix.
For sure. So you guys remember last week we talked about a rumor that Sega was going to announce something that was,
Oh, what'd they say?
well, there's 3 bits of Sega news, and these are our next 3.
Oh, it's not.
I wouldn't
good.
say anything's really
happening.
gonna shake up the game industry like they said it was.
Didn't they
But-
say they promised?
They promised to shake it up.
They
Sonic
promised to
2
shake it
was
up.
announced. The movie.
What's the point?
Sonic 2 was announced actually. So the first bit, Sega's launching Total War Troy. The game's
fuck
gonna
is that?
exclusively. You've never heard of the Total War
Can
series?
exclusively
I don't-
play in the garbage can.
Okay.
It sounds like a really yeah.
Well, the Total War series is actually pretty popular, like
Oh, is
RTS
it?
series. Yeah.
Is that why I'm just now hearing of it?
Yeah. It's been a pretty popular series for a really long time. My favorite of the series was the Total Warrior, which was like a third person. There was like a Spartan Total Warrior game back in the day on the GameCube, I think. It was freaking dope. I played that. But the Total War games are more like real-time strategy. So people that are fans of like, Civilization and things like that are
This is
into
another
these.
cereal game, Total the cereal.
Yes. Anyway, that's exclusive.
You had us playing one. So, I'm sorry. I'm listening.
It's exclusively releasing on the Epic Store. And the game's going to be free to anyone who picks it up at launch, which the launch date is August the 13th.
Dude, if you're not on Epic, by the way, you get a ton of free games just for like being on there.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, it's amazing how many like
bunch of dookie, but
a lot of people really shit on Epic, but they're really gamer friendly, and they're also really developer friendly.
My thing with Epic, my dislike from Epic stems from they've never made a 10 out of 10 game. They've never made a game that I'm just
Have you ever played Jazz Jackrabbit?
No.
Okay, because that game's fucking dope.
Okay, maybe that's the one then. But like for me, like even Borderlands, and I love like all of their games. Like
that's
they're not like
Epic
flawless. The newest one was actually.
I think it was Epic timed.
Was it Gearbox?
Epic exclusive. It's Gearbox.
So what games has Epic even produced?
There's a lot. They've kind of
Fortnite.
toned down their production, but Epic Mega Games was huge back in the day for PC. They developed a ton of games. Gears of War is Epic, I'm pretty sure.
I
didn't know that. Yeah.
Yeah.
People like that game.
Fortnite, Unreal Tournament, Unreal. Those were huge games. The Unreal Engine is Epic. So most of the games that you play that you love are made in the Unreal Engine. That's a product of Epic.
Yeah, Unreal's pretty cool.
I get that.
The Batman series, they use Unreal Engine.
So Epic's done a lot for the gaming industry over the years, like a lot.
Well,
also, Jazz Jackrabbit's fucking dope. If you don't remember that, it's awesome. Blink,
so they're
what's
good.
up,
They're
man?
more on the tech side, we'll call it.
Yeah. No, they are more on the tech side now, I would say. Back in the day, they came out with some classics, like some undeniable classics. So anyway, we're talking about Sega. That game is for free, releasing on the 13th. It's free forever if you pick it up then. So that's cool if you're a Total War fan. The next bit that they announced, I think everyone thought this was their big announcement for the week. But they announced the Game Gear Micro, which runs on 2 AA batteries or a USB cable.
Wait, they just pull it out of the garage? I'm so confused.
What is this?
So you know what the Game Gear
literally came out in like 92.
Yeah. So you know how like a lot of companies have been doing mini consoles.
That's what it is.
So you've got like your SNES Mini and your NES Mini and your
run on batteries.
Your PC Engine. Well, you can use a USB cable as well to run it.
Wait, what? So it has to be plugged in at all times or have batteries in it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's kind of dumb.
I mean, it's a tiny little thing, so that it's handheld.
But look at Tamagotchi has a battery. Oh wait,
yeah.
Never mind.
It does. Like your Game Boy has a battery, your Nintendo Switch has a battery. What handheld device?
You can charge all those things.
So 2 things. Number 1, you'll probably be able to put rechargeable batteries in it if you like. Also, I bet you anything they release a peripheral that's a rechargeable battery, because you can use a USB cable. So I'm assuming they'll do a peripheral where you put your rechargeable battery in there and you can charge it off the USB.
But that's a guess. This is like a gimmick at best.
I think it's very much a gimmick, and here's why. I'm gonna break it down for you. So it's gonna come in 4 different colors. Each color has a unique selection of games. I thought I put the games in here, but I don't.
The games are already pre-downloaded on. Oh.
There's only 4 games on each one, and here's the real kicker, and which is why I think this is a terrible idea. Is they're $50 a piece. So
that's bad.
So you're literally gonna be spending like $200 if you want all
to
4 of them.
To get an emulator for 4 games.
for 4 games a piece. So there's different games on each
Who is
console.
this marketed towards?
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm so
don't know.
confused.
The other
There's
thing
only
is it
one
also
Sonic
has
game on
a
each one.
it also has like 1.5 inch screen.
What?
1
would they-
inch. Even the
Yeah,
original
it's
Game Boy was
tiny.
3
No,
inches.
check this out here. I'll put the link in chat. You guys can check it out. It's
No girls would be impressed with that.
tiny.
Yeah, I mean, wait, what?
Yeah. Take and the trailer's in there too. Honestly, I might get one of these. I might get the yellow one because it comes with Shining Force games, and I love Shining Force.
So they're just cashing in on nostalgia.
Yeah, they're all of these things have been
It's
a cash
literally
in
like the Game
nostalgia.
Boy Macro, except the Game Boy Advance Macro was able to play games.
Yeah. But look how
like
freaking
Nintendo
tiny
already
these
made a
things.
better version of this already.
Yeah,
I don't know why
the
they
Game
didn't
Boy
make the
Micro.
games.
You're thinking of the Game Boy Micro.
Yeah, but it was a Game Boy Advance.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but like my buddy had one of those.
It's
I was
about
like,
the
"That's,
size
like,
of a Game
so
Boy
slick.
Micro.
He would literally keep it in his shirt pocket, and it weighed nothing.
Yeah, those things are awesome.
And just,
They're
like,
so
pause it.
expensive now too. I've wanted one for so
Yeah.
long.
They're really cool.
Yeah.
Like as far as like, I feel like that's like one of the most functional consoles even now. Which is like a little fucking thing you just pull out and you can play literally any game from the entire Game Boy.
Yeah, they're really dope.
library. That's really genius.
If you buy the $250 package, you get all 4 of the consoles, all 4 of the little,
and then you get
Game
to pay
Gear
$50
Minis,
more for no
and then
reason?
you get a magnifying glass that straps onto it.
Oh wow, they're really milking this. So not only is it more expensive for the bundle, but you also get something you don't necessarily want.
Well, yeah, I mean, you'll be able to see your game because the screen is fucking tiny, 1.5 inches. Think about that. That's tiny.
Wait, I can subscribe using sub tokens. What does that mean? So what did Twitch change?
I have no idea. But
Does anyone know about this?
Oh, Twitch. Yeah, Twitch changed something recently.
You can now subscribe without paying.
wow,
Oh, no.
do
There
we
goes your
do we
job.
still get paid for it?
No, I don't think so.
No.
It's asking if I want to
Twitch recently is
subscribe for
cracking
free.
down
right
on
here.
copyrighted music in the background. They'll like take it. It's like
That's not at all what we're talking.
That's what I thought you said. To Twitch just
No, it
changed.
said, "Do you want to subscribe using a sub token?" I'm not doing it because I'm confused.
Sub tokens cost
You should
money.
do
It's a mobile. No, it's a mobile thing. You pay.
Yeah.
You pay money. It
Oh.
costs more actually.
Gotcha.
It's a sub.
Oh,
through,
fuck you!
That's
Trying to take my mobile money.
That's hilarious. So
What?
anyway,
Screw
a
that.
lot of people thought that the Game Gear Micro was going to be the big announcement, which honestly that would be cool
not.
if they released it with a decent sized screen and more games, but what the fuck?
Oh.
Like this, it's definitely a little bit.
Well, let's not
disappointing
copy
in
the
tone deaf.
formula of handheld games that's worked since 90 or since 89, where you
Yeah.
put a fucking game inside of it.
Well,
Just
it's
like have it come
I'd
with a
be-
small bag of games. Like,
well, yeah, I guess, but it wouldn't
Small
necessarily.
bag. It's
I'd rather
plastic
have a bag
If you
of
think about it,
cartridges
the
than all-
cartridges,
games.
the original Game Gear cartridges are larger than the screen of the Game Gear,
It's so,
Who
the
wants this
mini
thing?
or whatever. I
remember
don't
thinking
know.
The Game
I
Gear
don't
was
know.
like unwieldy.
But they could
honestly.
do
I
it-
do remember thinking this.
They
back
could
in-
do it
yeah.
like the micro consoles, right? Like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo micro or mini consoles that they released, where it comes with like 50 games, right? Or whatever. But they're not. They're doing this crazy cash grab for $50 for each little keychain fucking console.
Well,
It's
it's
crazy.
only a cash grab because they cost $1 each to make. Guarantee it.
Yeah,
like,
no
they're
kidding.
probably poo poo caca doo doo, and I almost guarantee they'll come with a keychain attached.
Yeah.
Like I bet it costs $1 to make. Like, and they're just like
Consoles or
whatever.
Cartridges always were like really expensive though.
Like
for
these
companies.
could come in a
Poo-poo, caca,
McDonald's.
doo-doo.
These could come in a kid's meal. It feels like.
Yeah, no kidding. That's what
That's what it
it's
feels like.
Yeah,
I've
it feels
gotten
like
this
that.
in a kid's meal before.
Yeah,
like,
it's so silly.
oh, my little Tamagotchi.
Anyway, Sega. But here's the real announcement.
Sega.
And this
They're
is
dying.
this is also something that I don't think is going to shake up the gaming industry.
Sonic 3.
So they announced something that they're calling fog gaming, which is, I
Sounds
guess,
bad.
their version of cloud gaming. But this is how it's going to work. It's going to be
that's so dumb.
it's gonna be a cloud gaming system that's
That's not clever.
powered off of arcade cabinets, right?
What does
So,
that mean?
well, I'll explain it to you. In Japan,
Explain it.
I'm trying. I keep getting interrupted. I'll
Who does
attempt.
that?
That doesn't sound like
Okay,
us.
okay.
No, it doesn't sound like you guys at all. All
Not
right.
at all.
So in Japan, arcades are still a really big thing.
Yeah, it's like
Like a-
massively popular.
Yeah, and they're
arcade
awesome.
scene.
I've been there. It's fucking great. Like the
Japan?
game centers, they call them game centers,
Yeah.
and they're awesome. They're so cool. I went to one that was like
Yeah.
7 stories. There was different like games on each one, and then the top
Damn.
was like all like sports. There was like batting cages and bowling alleys and
Yeah.
stuff like. They're really cool. But what they're going to do is they're going to use the GPU and CPUs from the arcade cabinets there to power cloud gaming during off hours, and it's going to have super low latency, like
Sounds cheap.
1 millisecond or less, and you'd be able to play
What?
these arcade games from
Wait.
home.
Sounds very
Oh.
cheap of them.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea to a degree, but here's the problem.
Okay, maybe a good idea.
It's more than likely only going to be in Japan, right? Because how many game centers do you see
Oh.
here? You know, you got like Dave and Buster's, and that's it. You
Wait,
know?
I'm so confused. Like the purpose of it, it's like saying this functions off of carbon dioxide. You know
Actually,
what I mean?
there
Like,
are becoming more and more like Nintendo, like not Nintendo, like video game bars. You know that, right?
oh yeah,
yeah, video
no,
game
that's
bars.
huge
But
out
those
here.
are those are mostly like classic.
We have
games.
one up.
Yeah, we've
Mm.
got Up Down. It's like One Up. It's actually I think Up
That's
Down's better
cool.
than One Up. But
Oh.
it's cheaper and there's more games. So
we have Time Crisis 3.
yeah,
Mm.
so do we, motherfucker.
Oh shit! I've always wanted one of those. Like when I become a
Ugh.
millionaire, I'm gonna buy that
Time
Yeah.
Crisis 3.
TC3.
Do
This
it.
shit is amazing. That's
You-
the movie theater game of my childhood.
Yeah, those games are
Like,
great.
you know,
And those
rating-
bars are great, but
Those
here's the
bars are
thing:
great.
like the types of arcades that Japan has vastly differ from what we have, and I don't
Yeah.
think that this unless those game centers started popping up in the United States, I don't think this idea is practical. You know,
Yeah,
for
COVID's not
anywhere.
really pushing for everyone getting together in an
Yeah.
arcade setting.
Exactly. So for anywhere outside of Japan, I don't think this is going to work. And so that's
Yeah.
the concern, is it's only going to be in Japan. And so how is this exactly going to shake up the gaming industry? You know what I mean?
How is this going to shake up the gaming industry even if it worked flawlessly? I don't even
Well,
understand.
so cloud gaming. So like that's something that's
Yeah.
been
I believe
tossed
in that.
around
I,
a lot. And
I think it should be a thing.
I think it's going to be a thing too. I don't think we're there yet, but if they can
It-
promise like less than
Mm.
one millisecond latency, then that's
I don't see the issue
that's
between
it.
you.
That's it.
What's wrong
Like,
with using a memory card?
I mean, here's
Literally,
the thing.
what
like,
is wrong with using like,
VR has around
confused.
like 11.1 milliseconds of latency.
Yeah.
The
how much
nature-
latency do old games have? Super Nintendo games, none.
Well, so
That's why I'm like, what the fuck? I feel like we did it correctly already.
so Josh,
so
here's what people are trying to do. So instead of me having to be able to download and install games onto my own physical hardware, I could play this
Okay.
game through the cloud and have the
now I
same
understand.
experience.
Talking
the
about
pro-
not having a platform,
Right. So
Okay.
the big problem with that so far has been latency,
Okay.
meaning that my inputs aren't going to match necessarily what's going on in the game at the exact same moment, right? And so that
Okay, that
causes
makes sense.
problems, particularly for fast-paced games. It's not a big deal if you're playing an RPG or something like that doesn't require precise timing. But if you're
Hmm.
playing like even a Mario game, you know, where you do need to have like precision jumping and things like that, if your input is delayed enough, like even if it's, you know, 10 milliseconds, that's gonna affect the way that game plays.
Wait,
So
I'm
if
wondering
they're-
like what instances is this a thing though? Because like aren't you always just downloading a game preemptively? That's why I'm like, when are you streaming a game without owning it? I'm confused about that.
Josh,
When
where
are
have you
like,
been
just-
for the last like 2 years?
I
So-
own all my games.
No,
Like,
I
I'm
know.
s- I'm like,
I-
what the hell?
So here's you know what Google Stadia is, right?
yeah, I'm not saying it's not a thing, but I'm just like, it feels so weird to me to like you just like playing a handful of games. I didn't know like and then walk away.
Yeah. So
Basically,
the idea is that
I'm
you would
old, I
you would
guess.
be able to play these games without necessarily owning them.
Okay.
You could pay like
Okay.
a subscription fee
Let me
or,
get that
something
walker
like
from
that.
I think it'll be.
Real
I
Yeah,
think
no
it'll be like
kidding.
for people for like cheap, like it'll be like a cheap way. Like everyone will be able to play like the latest game. Basically, is the point.
And
you know?
okay, so
Yeah.
it's like,
Like,
fire
for like you and
whatever,
I, it wouldn't make
Gamefly.
sense because it's like, you know what, I
Mhm.
can pay for that now. I don't mind paying a little extra to keep the game
Okay.
or to have the game. Like I think that'll always be the option. You can always just
Yeah.
buy the game.
Yeah.
But like I think for like, you know, people that maybe want to rent, like Netflix, it'd be like a Netflix on demand.
Gamefly.
That's
You have, like-
exactly what people are trying to do.
It's basically
is,
like
yeah.
Netflix. So you have thousands of games available to you, and you don't own any of these games, but you can play any of them on demand instantly
It
at
seems
any
so
moment.
impersonal. People are really into that kind of gaming. I'm not even
I think
kidding, like, to me,
here's
like,
the
Netflix?
thing.
I do, but it's not for my game. Like, it feels very impersonal. I don't know how I feel about having, like, a
I agree
library
with
like
you.
that,
I agree
know?
with you, but I think that this is the direction that the gaming industry's going.
Oh, it's so weird to
You know,
me.
people have been talking
Yeah.
about the Netflix of gaming for a long time, and a lot of companies are trying to do that.
Didn't
Like,
GameFly try and fail? GameFly was a thing, right? I'm not just
yeah,
making
but
this up.
they were also had to mail you a fucking physical.
Didn't we do that, Colin? And we, like, for one specific game, and then we canceled it. You gotta
Yeah.
remember. Yeah, what game was that? Ooh,
Paper
like,
Mario?
Deep
Resident
Space.
Evil, Dead Space 3, maybe?
Dead Space 3. We were like, I wonder if this works. Let's try the free trial, and we canceled immediately.
That's
Yeah.
And we
hilarious.
were like, eh.
was
We
fun.
forgot right after.
Yeah. So this also deals with a problem. Like, let's say, Josh, you have a shitty computer, but you want to play a game that requires like a badass video card.
Now we're
So
cooking.
through cloud gaming, you wouldn't need a badass video card because all of that processing power is done on
Is
the
the-
server end.
So then wouldn't it come through like Poopalicious on your end?
No, it would come through whatever, you know, your resolution
So this is
is.
going to obsolete the need for a sexy ass computer then.
Theoretically speaking, if someone can pull it off.
Yeah, you
In other
wouldn't
words,
need, you wouldn't need
not-
about a nice computer anymore. You could just have a computer on. You basically have like an iPhone you plug into your TV or something like that, and your iPhone becomes your nice ass computer. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm much
Interesting.
looking forward to it, but I personally want to be able to have control of my own computer. You know, like
Yeah.
I want to like buy a nice computer and then have it connected to fiber, and then you know have decent internet out in the field and be able to connect it anytime through Parsec or something like that. So
Right.
like it's like
Mm.
Parsec. That's what it's like. You know?
Yeah, exactly. It is very much
Yeah.
like Parsec, only
I
on
think
a
the
larger
way this
scale.
could be, the way this could be done really well, I think, is it's like Netflix, but when you click and start the game, it like does a really quick download, I guess, and it just shoots it into your like PC, and like maybe you have to wait like, you know, a minute the first time you play it in a while, but like then it could just download it preemptively, so there wouldn't have to be any latency issues. I feel like that would take like insanely fast downloading though. It's just
Here's
like,
the thing,
oh, I
dude.
just
We have fiber, and like someone told me that they had wanted to download like what was it, like Grand Theft Auto, which was like 75 gigabytes. Took them
That's
5
huge.
minutes.
That's madness.
5 minutes.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
Dude.
so what this is, there's a lot of companies doing this right now. You've got like Google Stadia, you've got Game Pass, you've got Origin, our subscription models. You also have the Nvidia one. What's that one called? Which actually just
Shadowplay.
no, it's a different one, but they just actually teamed up with Steam recently, which is kind of a big deal. But the point is it kind of like gives a more affordable option for people who can't necessarily afford a badass computer, you know? And so, but in this case, what Sega's doing is they're going to allow you to play these arcade titles, which don't exist on PC or they don't exist on your console. They're unique to these arcades, and you're going to be able to stream them to your TV or to your computer, theoretically speaking, with really great latency, you know, or lack of latency.
Seems kind of greedy to hoard that.
Well, I don't
Sega's
think-
gonna be the only ones that.
I don't think it's an option, you know, if they're the only ones who have that technology, and
get
we
that,
don't have
yeah.
game centers here that can support that, you know. But that's
Mm.
not to say that they couldn't, in theory, create just like servers that host the same, you know, ability all over the world. I don't know that they plan on doing that though.
So basically, siphoning off the excess energy from these arcades. Couldn't they theoretically do that with like anything?
Yeah.
Like,
In
wow,
fact,
that's scary.
Nintendo had patents before the Switch came out. A lot of people thought
Oh,
that the Switch
shit.
was going to do this. Was that
Oh.
when your console was sitting on the dock, it would use the GPU power and the CPU power just a little bit, like a percentage of that power, and to power online servers, right? So you've got
Oh,
you've got everyone's Switch sitting on the dock is going. I forget what they called it.
that's insane.
It was different from cloud gaming. It was called like shit. I forget what it is. But essentially, it would allow you to have more computing power on your Switch from inactive switches, right?
Wow,
They
genius.
didn't implement this, obviously.
Why?
But
Genius.
Well, because I think it's a lot more complicated than just like flipping a switch. And
It sounds like a way to get everything hacked and like as people's identities stolen. And I don't know. It just feels like really weird. It's like a web. It's a
Yeah.
literal like internet web.
that's exactly
Like,
what
but
it
not
is.
like the
yeah.
internet.
Farm,
Like
it's what it is.
it's more
Yeah.
like truly connecting people. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I guess that there's no way to like actually trace switches together because I would be nervous about like something happening that like we're just like, I don't know. I don't know how that shit works really. So, you know,
yeah.
it was like, I can get into all the switches and take all the
Yeah.
privacy. Info
Well, the
now
idea
because they're
was
all
that,
connected.
like the size of your Switch is very small. You can't fit a lot of computing power into it. But if you
Yeah.
could use like supplemental processing from a network of Nintendo Switches instead of just your singular Switch, you could get a lot more potential out of that, So you could play games that are a lot more taxing in theory.
Cool.
But again, that was never implemented. But that was a patent that Nintendo
I
did.
wonder if they're
did
saving it
file.
for the new Switch.
Maybe.
Maybe. Probably not. Game of the week.
You guys want to talk about the game of the week? The featured game?
Colin's favorite.
Oh, I made
We
me
all
actually
played
sick.
it.
Actually, it was pretty fun. I actually really enjoyed it. I just got really sick from playing it.
Yeah.
Like I love VR, but I get sick from it. Doesn't mean I don't like it still.
Yeah.
Just
So the
I actually
featured
thought it
game was
it was
this.
delightful.
It was Chex Quest. The reason I picked it is a couple reasons. Number one, I played it as a kid. It was free. It came on the box of Chex cereal.
Yeah.
And they
very
just
obvious.
Wait,
recently
it came with the cereal.
Yeah.
That's super cute.
Originally.
Wait, was
yeah.
it remade?
Yeah, this was a remake.
Okay, I was about to say it looks
Yeah.
way too good to be.
Yeah, this was a
old
remaster.
as
They
you.
remastered it on the Unreal Engine. So they just re-released it for free on Steam. You can beat the game in like 2 hours, 2.5 hours. I beat in 2.5 hours. It's a Doom like. In fact, it was originally built on the Doom engine back in the day when the game first came out. But you're a cereal guy, like literally a piece of cereal out to save the world from like boogers.
Yeah,
It's
that's what it
it's
looks like.
really funny game actually. If you pay attention, there's a
What
lot of
was?
tongue-in-cheek humor.
Was it funny? I'm just kidding.
Yeah. and it's pretty unique, and you can beat it pretty quickly. So that's why I picked the game. Yeah, tell me you guys' thoughts, and then I'll give my closing
I
thoughts on it.
personally thought it was goofy as shit, and I was like, this is like if I made a game. It's like so bare bones and naked.
Yeah.
I was just like, I mean, I get it. It's like fine. It's like a free game for that purpose. And I was like, it's just so bare bones. I was like,
That
I
was
can't
my
really,
only thought.
I couldn't grip it. Like,
Is that
you know?
it didn't really progress very much in terms of like what it was doing. Like it was always like shoot this guy 3 times, shoot this guy 4 or 5 times, shoot this guy more times. And like
Yeah.
there wasn't really a tutorial phase. Not that you really need one for this game, but like
No, yeah.
Did you
I was
guys
like,
play the
oh,
original
press-
Doom?
no.
No, original Doom, you just drop into a room and just like
Yeah,
kill people.
it's
I-
very much like that.
Okay.
So-
well I didn't
But
play
the story is in the manual.
because like
I think.
pressing like E,
I
I didn't
don't
know to do
remember,
that.
but maybe it
because
is.
I just just as a gamer, I was like press E probably,
Mhm.
to activate things. And then like shooting or like switching to the spoon. And I didn't know spoon actually could send them to a different dimension because like this device will send them to their own dimension or whatever.
Did
Doesn't
you find
kill
the
them.
Did you
I think
find
that
the
means
boot
kill them,
spork?
yeah. The spoon was very unintuitive for me. I was like, I don't know what the
It
hitbox is
wasn't
on
much
it.
feedback either. I
Yeah,
was like,
no hitbox ratio. I was
Did
like,
you
I was
guys
like-
find the spork?
No, I
No.
played for 8 minutes.
Oh, the spork is the best. It's like the chainsaw in Doom, but it's a spork that
Oh.
rotates. It's
That's
cool,
really
so-
funny. No, it's clever and it like I'm saying, like this is something that like Colin would have made real quick. We would be like, that's awesome, dude. Yeah, you have the power.
Lay better than that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I meant.
So
But,
let me
no,
lay out
it
what
was
I
it was entertaining.
what I enjoy about the game.
Is there that much?
So actually, let me say what I don't like about the remake in particular first. There's something weird about the movement in it, and
Yeah, the movement
it
felt
gives you
weird.
fucking motion sickness. It literally does. I drop my sensitivity literally all the way down. Like just the way it moves almost too smoothly to feel real, and
Yeah.
and you get motion sickness, and it's not good. They need to fix that. I don't know what they need to do, but that needs to be fixed
You're
for
too
sure.
floaty.
Yeah.
Like, you're on
Definitely
ice
too
skates.
floaty. What I do like about it, I think it's a pretty true recreation of the original. There's a lot of like in every level, and once you beat a level, you'll see this in like the stats screen. There's secrets in every single level, and so part of the fun is finding those secrets. The secrets always have like a really funny little blurb of text that has a whole bunch of alliteration in it, and it's really goofy, and it gives you more story and background in the game. As well as you can find a bunch of secret weapons like the boot spork, which is one of the best weapons in the game.
That's funny. I didn't know that.
Is there
Yeah.
a milk gun? Like, shoot with milk?
No, there's not. I think they're all called Zorchers or something. I don't know.
The boogers.
Yeah. No, the weapons are called Zorchers, and you Zorch them into whatever the other dimension is. Yeah.
Kill them.
Yeah. Kill them.
I know. I was like, what do you do with this?
Yeah.
That's what the cereal box would have to say.
No, the
Right,
boot
yeah.
spork is not the BFG. There is a BFG in the game. I forget what they call it. It's not called the BFG, but that
Big
is
fucking
that
gun.
it's the final weapon in the game. The spork is more like the chainsaw from Doom. But it's unlimited ammo and it destroys everything. But you have to be close range, obviously.
The chainsaw in New Doom is insane.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So yeah, and on top of that, it's a free game, and for me it was a lot of nostalgia. It's a game you can play through really quick, and it's funny, So I enjoy the game, but there's definitely problems with the remake. It's a little glitchy, and it also gives you fucking motion sickness, which is
For me,
fucking
actually, my
fix it, dude.
sensitivity was really low. So like, I
You're in
didn't
control
have the
though, weren't you? You said.
Yeah, I had the opposite problem as you guys.
Yeah, I
Took
was
me, like,
playing it on
20
mouse and
seconds to turn
keyboard.
around.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, turning around. Here we go, and I'm there. Oh, and I gotta turn that way now.
My biggest
That's
issue was just
hilarious.
finding enough ammo to shoot. I kept like running.
And I ran out of ammo, and I didn't run out of ammo till like right at the end of my playthrough, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? Like,
Yeah.
you can
So
run
the
out of
idea
ammo? What
is,
the hell?
again, if you've ever played a Doom game, it's more about managing your weapons. So
Yeah,
like
survival.
you're switching through your weapons, like cycling your weapons as you're playing.
I only had a spork and a regular, so I was like, or not a spork, a spoon.
That's funny. But
Oh, bring a
anyway,
knife.
it's a fun game. If you can figure out a way to manage the motion sickness, I recommend it. If not, skip it. It's silly, but it's not necessarily worth you puking over. So
Yeah, that's fun.
yeah, it's fun. Josh, your pick is next. What's your pick?
Yes. Can I pick this game? Is he gonna be mad, Colin? Are you gonna be able to set him up?
I can set you up. I can make sure you can.
My thought is, if I say this, is it gonna be like, this game is 20 years old?
No, we've played. Here's the thing: when we started here's the parameters that we
already
set.
said it.
Here's the parameters that we set when we decided to start doing the feature game or the game of the week, whatever it was.
Yes.
We need it to be affordable, easy to get a
Check.
hold of, and something that. Well, that was pretty much it. Affordable and easy,
Yeah.
because it's really just about, like, we don't want to be telling people to buy $60 games every week.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh, we're telling people
Um,
to buy this, so we're like salesmen.
No, it's more just like
no.
we want people to enjoy it. Like it's like a book reading club. But you
So-
don't want to like make everyone pay like
right.
60
So, which
bucks.
is why, like, when we first started it, we were just playing games mostly from like the Nintendo and Super Nintendo online thing for Switch.
Yeah.
Because if you have
is
Switch
great.
Online, you get access to those for free, and those are all super old games. There's nothing wrong with picking an old game. Is the point there? It's more about the availability and like the monetary value of the game
Yeah.
being something that is feasible.
Well, this one breaks it slightly, I guess. Okay.
By like
So those of you-
$180.
Those of you in the audience are most likely not going to be able to get your hands on this game without someone like a 4Gs to just rip it for you. I'm going to be perfectly honest. This is a $100 game disc right now. My game pick of the week is Paper Mario: The Thousand-Year Door. Yay! I think it's just one of the best games of all time. Paul has never played it. Me and 4Gs can't rave on it enough.
Adam
and-
loves it too.
Adam loves it. Everyone loves it. It's amazing. I want Paul to see truly. I would love to talk about this like with all of us on the same page.
Yeah, I'm
With
happy
the
to
new Paper
play it.
Mario game with the new paper game coming out. I want everyone to have a
Yeah.
true perspective on what we're looking for in a
Wait, are you gonna play Paper Mario 64 and Thousand Year Door in like to prepare for?
Oh yeah,
the one?
1,000%. I'm gonna
You
make
should
sure
totally do
I'm
that.
gonna
You should-
end it. I'll end it with beating Thousand Year the day before. I
Yeah.
can do that.
So I do want to be real careful about games like this. don't recommend using emulation unless you own the game. I
Yes.
think we've all allegedly
I actually have a
maybe
copy,
done
Paul.
that. So
Yeah,
then
my copy.
that's good. That's
I think it is Josh's copy.
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
and that's fine.
We'll share
I
it with
love
all three of us.
emulation, but like from a legal standpoint, you need to
Yeah.
own the game in order to, I just want to be clear about that we're not like recommending everyone go out and play pirated versions of video games.
This game is more like kind of a throwback. We're all going to kind of reminisce and remember. It's kind of like a book we've all already read, except for Paul, who needs to read it.
And again, like I said, there's nothing wrong with picking old games as long as it's something that we can
Yes.
feasibly get our hands on.
I mean, hey, even Super Mario 64 is like a $60 game now, so it's like fuck everything.
Yeah, but
is
who
Really?
doesn't have a copy of
Yeah.
Super Mario 64? I think
I
I've
think I
got
have
like
two.
3 of them.
I have. At
No, I think
least-
Josh has my copy.
I have your physical, and then I have like three.
I need that back.
mods and whatnot. What? Trade for Paper Mario?
Okay, deal.
No. Mine's signed. I forgot. I was like, wait.
Nice. You're like shipping it to me. Like, there you go. No.
Oh, I forgot. I got it signed by Charles Martinet.
That's
I would kill
hilarious.
myself.
Did we have another topic this week?
Probably not.
Doop-a-doo. I don't think we did.
Two,
There was a
three.
community suggestion, YouTube comment, song. If you had a wish, what would it be? Stay
Ooh.
fresh XD. I don't really.
If you
Oh, that
had
was
a
on
wish,
that was on our YouTube video. Like that was on one of our
if you had a
And that was
gaming
a
wish,
that was a
what would it be?
comment. That was just a comment on one of our previous podcasts on the YouTube
It was
version.
if you had a wish, what would
If
it
you had a
be?
wish, what would it be?
I'm gonna say
Um,
a gaming wish. A gaming
Wait,
wish.
what? A wish?
Yeah,
it's
let's do it.
Not specific. So
But let's pertain it to gaming. Like we can't be like I want to be a
Sure.
millionaire because that has nothing to do with the
Oh,
podcast.
okay.
Yeah. Okay. For me, it's literally, and no joke, this is my wish, that this Paper Mario be the continuation of the glorious saga that has already existed and like goes down in history as one of the best games ever. And I'm like, Paper Mario, 1,000-Year Origami King, like, fuck yeah, those are the best games ever. And I want that more than anything. I'm not even kidding. That's my wish, is that this game is like the most successful Mario game ever. And that's a lot of shoes to jump into.
that's a
Biggest
good
shoe.
wish. That's a good wish.
But I want
Yeah.
that truly, like, bad. And I've wanted that for like 10 years for this game to come out, basically.
Yeah.
and be good.
So I think
Yeah.
my wish would be either a resurrection of the Onimusha series or the
Oof.
Way of the
Oh.
Samurai series.
Yeah.
Those would be my 2 gaming wishes.
Onimusha Resurrection would be sick as fuck.
Yeah, either one of those. I'd be happy with either one. One or the other, fine. Resurrect one of those 2 game
We
series.
didn't spell
I'll be
difficult,
happy.
right? Oops. Difficult.
Oh, Lord, I can't spell to save my life,
It
guys.
is difficult, so I think it works. What's your
Yeah.
wish?
Oh man. I think it'd be really cool if Nintendo brought back a bunch of their old games
Yeah.
for like in HD, like full
Oh.
remakes. Like, Skyward Sword was brought back, or Mario 64 was brought back,
Banjo.
but with like co-op, or,
Yeah.
or if Rare Nintendo recombined forces.
Oh, I changed my wish.
Maybe that's the one I want. If Rare
That's
Nintendo
the
came
one.
back.
No,
If
no,
Rare was like,
no.
I'm sorry, let's do what we were doing. all
I'm
those
I'm
years
gonna
ago."
veto that. And
Wait,
let me tell you why. Here, not a veto, but a caveat to that. You would have to bring it back to Rare's old form, because Rare as a company now just makes really, really shitty games.
No, I
like,
agree. It would
what's
have
the
to
So
be
last-
they make
Rare.
mostly like, what was it? That
You'll make what you're
motion
told.
tracking one, the Connect. They make Connect
Back in
games
the
for a
corner.
while.
Yeah.
Rare.
So if you were to do that, you would have to also bring Rare back to their
Yeah.
old form.
So I'm saying,
You know
if
what I mean?
The wish,
Just
the
bringing them
wishes-
back to Nintendo in their
The
current
wish is
state
they-
wouldn't
The
really
wish
do
is
anything.
that
That's what I'm
Rare,
saying.
Rare and their heyday,
Yeah.
like Donkey Kong Country 1 to Star Fox Adventures, were a company again and rejoined forces with Nintendo. I would just fucking love that. And they were like, we're so sorry. We didn't mean it. I still have so many great ideas for Donkey Kong and Star Fox and Banjo 3. Let's do this, Nintendo. And Nintendo's like, let's go, bro.
and then they had like 12 Tales come out instead of that shitty Conquer game.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty good.
That'd
Or,
be good.
you know-
oh, yeah.
I think they
Talk about
just
this?
a better Conquer game would be fine, because Conquer's
We
Bad
talk-
Fur Day is awesome sans the controls. Like, it's an awesome
Oof.
game.
It's
It
rough.
really is a
It's rough in
funny
lot
game.
of ways.
Like, I think that
Okay, Do we talk about the game it almost was though? Because I know me and Colin did, but like it was almost like a 3D platformer, like a real platformer,
Yeah.
like Super Mario 64, and
Yeah,
it looks a lot
it was co-op
better.
too.
Yeah,
It looked so good.
it looks really good,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
dead.
They
That's
got
like
a lot of
20
backlash,
years
though.
dead.
Which makes
They
me
got
really
backlash.
sad.
They're like,
That's
we want
why-
him to drink and have sex and do drugs.
Basically, they're like, he's
Yeah,
too
which is
fancy.
hilarious. Like that's what's great about that game, is it's a
You get a
funny
Tip Top
adult
game?
game.
We get a Tip Top game.
I don't know what Tip Top is.
No one wants that.
Hey, it's
How
Tip Top. Or
how
about Bumpa.
I was just about to say Bumper. I'm Bumper. I had the
Alright.
game. Anyone remember me?
I'm tipsy.
You guys want to wrap this up?
Yeah, Bumper 64.
Yeah.
Don't forget, if you haven't joined our Discord, please do that. And I will, I believe, boom. There's the link if you haven't joined. You can post clips from the show. We really appreciate that. We have been getting more clips lately, which is
Yeah.
awesome. We're
Yeah.
eventually gonna get a Instagram going,
Yeah, we're
and
working on that.
that'll really, really, really help us out. You can also ask us questions and submit, you know, suggestions and news and things like that there, and just hang out.
Talk to us. We're people too.
Yeah, exactly. Hang
We're
out.
just like you.
We're live
Hot.
every week, either at 8 or 8:30, depending on Josh's work schedule, Central Time.
We got lucky this week. Yeah.
Yeah, that was nice.
Mhm.
I appreciate this.
You can follow us also on YouTube, which, you know, a real big bummer is that I don't have a like, I don't know, when did YouTube stop doing like youtube.com/ the name of your channel? When did they stop that? A while
When I
ago?
started
Okay,
my
there's the
YouTube,
channel if
At
you
least
guys
a year.
want to check us out there. If you missed the show, I post the shows. Usually Monday morning is when I get on there and post that. You can find me here on my Twitch channel if you're watching this live. You're there right now. Ryugami-san is the Twitch channel, and also on Twitter at Ryugami-sama. And Josh, why don't you tell us where we can find
Lord
you at?
Yeshua, I swear I'm gonna get back to streaming.
Are you live right
Yeah.
now?
No, fuck you.
Bye-bye.
Just kidding. No, I'm just hitting kind of a slump. I am normally a retro streamer though. Our next game, just to give you guys a hit, give you guys a heads up. We're gonna be playing through a few retro games for the GameCube actually, and next is gonna be Beautiful Joe. I'm really excited about this game. Normally, you know, big retro Mario, whatever. Lord Yeshua TTV on all my other like Instagram and whatnot. If you want to check me out, yeah. I think we'll do some WarioWare too once I like unlock. I'll like off screen unlock the extra ones and then like bring those into the stream because I don't want to like spend another 2 hours just grinding that game. So, but anyway, yeah, find me at whatever.com/4Gs. No, just kidding.
Twitch.tv/4Gs. My streams all over the place. I think we're gonna get into doing more like editing streams though. Those went really well.
Yeah,
I
those
enjoyed
good
Those
for
are
you.
cool, yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
more your focus, so you don't like ever have a downtime where you're
Right.
like
Yeah. It's
bored.
like this is what I'm always
like
working
literally
on.
going constantly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's pretty cool. Plus, you get paid to do that in 2 ways. So
Sweet.
someone's paying and Twitch is paying.
Sweet.
Okay.
We gonna raid someone? Looks like Mendari is, unless there's someone
Yep, that's the guy.
someone else you guys would rather raid.
That's fine.
Anyone? I'm just kidding.
Do you mean anybody?
Jeez
That's
Louise.
fine, we can rate it.
All right.
No,
Thanks
it's
everyone for
fine.
joining us this week. Oh, hey, 1,000-Year Door. That's the next game of the week. Is that what we're
Yeah,
doing?
best
Okay.
play.
We'll figure it out.
Yay.
We'll
Well,
figure it out.
in all honesty, this is your first playthrough, especially when you're really going to want to be careful with the dialogue. It's really like a 30 to 50 hour game. So
Yeah.
it
I'll
is
be
not a
playing
week.
it on
Yeah.
featured game is what it is. I'll be
Featured
playing it
game.
on stream as soon as I finish
I'll watch that for sure.
whatchamacallit. Trials of Mana.
I won't watch that.
So
Just kidding.
alrighty. All right. We'll see you guys next week. Everyone have an awesome night. Hang out, and we'll be raiding Mendari. Here we go.
Peace out, everybody in the club.
We're leaving here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Goodbye.
So yeah.